Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Between Collectors. And I'm reading on the chat already, people like hating on this. Well, just so you guys know, before you trash talk, before you criticize, before you judge, I spoke to Anthony about doing this, so it's not like I'm just copying him and doing exactly what he did. Obviously, I asked him, I did it. He's fully aware of this. And that's why I'm giving him a shout out for this because obviously it's not my idea. He did it.
People,
He does it on
people
his
started
show.
hating immediately.
I know, dude. So
Listen,
I always
I-
like, hold on. You know what I always like to give credit where it's due. So just so you guys know, this is obviously not my original idea. I just got inspiration from.
And we
Anthony.
all
That's all.
knew that right off the bat beforehand, and then here we go with the hate.
I know. I said it beforehand before I even put it. I put a comment
Before you
there
even
just
saw
so
it.
people know that I know that he did it.
Yeah, before you even
You know?
showed us.
I don't. I think you did. I think for the work that you put into it, it's great. You did a fantastic job. But I hope when you have this as a live stream after the fact, people are just gonna scan right past it, and either they'll keep on watching you or they'll stop watching you.
It's cool
That's
chill music, though. I like it. It was
yeah. It's
Well, I
just
was
not one of
supposed to do
those
it-
things that you want to put in a video that's gonna
Right.
stay
I was
up
supposed
there,
to do
but
a 7:55 to be honest with you.
I don't think it's an intro. It's more of the live stream starting soon kind of stuff that you have
Yeah,
defaults
yeah.
built in by YouTube, right? Like this is just
Yeah.
a cooler one.
Yeah.
But
So-
kudos goes out to the guys who hated immediately because,
yeah.
like they're saying, Rocket Man Chris, is
my
like
dude
gatekeeper.
Chris.
They're gatekeepers.
That's my dude, though. Don't.
I know.
keeping it real, just keeping it real.
Yeah.
I think they were just joking.
No, and it's fine.
Yeah,
I
I-
said,
so- Chris is
Anthony
totally
warned me.
good.
Anthony actually warned me about this. He said, but you know how the community is, am I gonna say something about it? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna take the risk. That's why I'm mentioning you everywhere, so people know that I'm not stealing shit. I'm just getting inspiration from you with my limitations. Obviously, I'm not. Obviously, he does it way better. Like I can't compare in terms of editing and skills. He's way better. So I just did it my way. With my
Anthony's
limitations and my shady skills, just to put it.
You did a
You
good
know?
job. I will say you did
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always, giving credit. I got copied many times of all other people too, and I never heard a word about saying anything. So, I like as you-
It's fun to work out.
That would be
Yeah, we
perfect. That's beautiful.
That's a
Great
good
job,
one. That's a
Andrew.
good one.
Great job.
yeah. So again, shout out to Anthony for the inspiration. Obviously he's one of my personal opinion, one of the best in terms of edition and content out there. Obviously, I just took inspiration from his intro. He invited me last on his 100th show, and I loved it. And I said, dude, I have to do something like this. So I was kind of hesitant to do it, but I spoke to him. He was fully aware from the beginning. So
It's pretty hard to beat Anthony's lighting.
very hard.
Yeah.
Very, very hard.
Very
I
true.
don't think anybody beat him on lighting.
Yeah, no, I know it's very hard, but yeah, I just wanted to throw it out there, before people start hating even more, But anyway, so how you doing, guys?
Good. Be well. Until next time, guys. Bye.
That's the show.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
No more show. Oh, no more. That's the only thing I did. I didn't do anything else, so because I can't. But yeah, so we have a very interesting week in terms of collecting, right? We got the InArt posting, teasing some figures that they want to do in the future, and one of them was the Christopher Reeves. Looks like it, and I think it is fair to say, Christopher Reeves Superman, and then some other, I think Harry Potter figures or Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones.
You have
maybe?
the images? You have the images.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I will
Yeah.
share that. Then we got the chopper
Yeah.
announced with some kind of like goodies right there. So we can see Hera Syndulla being teased in one of the pictures. So we want to talk about that, and of course, we got some Queen Studios action with the one-to-one Michael Jackson, Thriller bust, and also the Dark Knight, which looks freaking fantastic. I don't know about the Michael Jackson one, but
That's creepy.
that's creepy as hell. But
Scary.
the Batman one is freaking good, and definitely want to talk about that. And that's what we have, and talk about the whole collecting changing now for now with JND coming into play, plus InArt, plus Hot Toys, plus third-party companies. Because if you don't know, it was just released the Penguin. Breda did a review. I think he's not premiering yet, but it will premiere soon. He was kind enough to share a picture, so I'm going to share it with you guys and talk about it based on the picture. Obviously, I cannot show anything else because I don't have any more material. But interesting to see what's going to bring to the world of collecting. So with that being said, this is how we start between collectors. Desi, how you doing, my friend?
I'm all right. It's a Friday night. I always like Friday nights. Who doesn't, right? So I'm doing good. Happy to be here. Happy to talk collecting. Always a good time.
Always a good time. And of course, we have a good time now seeing Costa's beautiful hair here. Welcome back, my friend. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we've been trying to get together for months, but Fridays, man, it's a busy night for me, and live streaming isn't like a thing on Fridays for me. But I am happy to be here. I'm glad that we were able to get together, because it's been like at least it feels like a year. Feels like the Tuesday nights, whenever that ended. I miss those days. Those are good days. Good times.
It's been a while. And
Yeah.
of course, we have Easy Company.
Hello.
All good?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's divorce treating you?
I'm good. Just like Daisy said, it's a nice Friday night. Nice to be here with you guys. I'd rather be here than friends and family.
Yeah. I like
friends of the family. Yeah.
I like good and services.
Friends and family.
But sure, what's up,
glad to
my
be
friend?
here. Awesome. I feel like awesome statue releases, 6 scale. I feel like it's not maybe the best of releases, but like a crazy pioneership in collectibles coming through. I feel like the new, like InArt's doing some new things, statues. We got like life-size Batman, like you said, like which came for me in the one-to-one busts. I'm like, it came from totally nowhere. Like I didn't expect Queen to go all out with the Dark Knight, which I'm pretty excited. But then at the same time, I don't know about $20,000 or whatever it's going to be.
$20,000.
I mean, you got to think about it. It's coming with life-size bust, both switch outs, and then the whole body. So I don't know.
It's gonna be more affordable just to hire Christian Bale to stand in your display room. Just stand here.
Wait, so
Listen, I was gonna say, if you need somebody to stand in to look like Christian Bale, I'm available. My rates are a bit high though. I'm about like $500,000 an hour if you need me.
As long as I get to
Hold on,
split
ready?
There you go.
the hot toys mouth.
Thank you.
The I can't breathe in this mask, but they didn't do anything to change it mouth.
now that you say that, that's what I see.
Yeah.
Like they totally block off his nose and become a mouth breather.
I think he mentioned it. Like he's like, I can't breathe in this thing. Like,
what am I doing?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start with the first topic of the night, if you guys are okay. So we're gonna talk about the Chopper Hera Syndulla. What? Costa, I'm gonna start with you, my friend. What are your thoughts about Chopper?
It's late at night. Fuck yeah, let's do Chopper. I love Rebels. I've watched Rebels twice through already. Chopper is a star. He is
War criminal.
just a war criminal. Yeah, he's all kinds of things. And he's a badass and loyal to the end. And yeah, I knew if they didn't make Chopper, then it's like fuck you, Hot Toys. Why even have Sabine? Like, we need the whole Ghost crew.
Right.
And I'm like praying for a Kanan flashback where Freddie Prinze like comes in, and then like they can make the whole Ghost crew. But yeah, Chopper. I mean, it's killer. The price though, $240. I don't like. He doesn't come with much.
Totally agree.
I mean, he's very. If it looks like this, he's very detailed. But I still think like to me, 240 is a little high just for a one little droid. So
Yeah,
But-
it is pricey. But if you look at this picture, you see the side by side comparison with R2D2. And
yeah,
it's pretty much. I mean, obviously with the antenna, right? It's kind of like the same height, pretty much, right?
Height, yeah, but mass wise, it's
yeah,
Mass
but
wise, it's a bit bigger, right? A little bit.
I
Almost
think
the same.
like the original deluxe R2, I think was less than the 240, and it came with all that. I have it. He's back there. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got the same stuff as the Attack of the Clones one, which I also have, and I think that wasn't too much more expensive, was it? Wait, I can't remember now. I don't know. It's been so long, but yeah, that's the only thing that I like. The price point for like it's no die cast or anything. So
And that to me is a missed opportunity, I think, right?
yeah,
What do you think, Easy?
I agree with him 100%. Like, this is awesome. This is great for collectors. Obviously, a lot of us are still going to buy it, but like you said, the price point, whereas they don't have any likenesses, any sculpt really. This is mainly robot droid, so they don't. I don't know. Maybe it's a licensing thing. Maybe it could be this or that and what the other, but I don't think it's. I would have said like 220, maybe. I feel for this one, but I feel like 240 is like 220 would have been steep for me, like for a 10 little droid, and it doesn't come with much, does it?
no,
It doesn't come with much.
it lights up. He lights up. I think the miss here is for the 240. They could have added the voice like they have for the sound effects, like they do have for R2.
R2,
Like
right?
for 240, you could throw that. I mean, it's
And like
it's classic.
And like you said, no
Classic.
diecast dome or nothing. So what's their bargain here? And it's sad because for a second you want to think like, I hope they're not just going off of hype and just taking money from people because I mean it's Chopper. If you get a droid, you have to get Chopper, R2, C-3PO. So
Yeah.
I hope they're not taking a bite out of collectors with this price point because like you said, no soundboard, no diecast, really no accessories. So, yikes.
Do you think this is a missed opportunity for Hot Toys that they didn't do this, at least the dome diecast like R2D2?
Yeah, I don't think they need to because people are still going to buy
Yeah.
this. This is my favorite droid. I don't want to go down that road and getting droids, but this is obviously my favorite droid. And it looks great for what it is. But I always defend Hot Toys prices to a certain extent, but this one I'm sorry guys, this is a $200 figure at most with licenses and everything. Prop 200 is too expensive. Like it's like this big. Come on, like, no.
About it.
Like it's 200, and they've got to be profiting after making the tools and everything, and they're not going to limit this, right? If it was limited, it'd be like, oh, we're only going to make 2,000. It's like, all right, okay, I get it. You're paying for the limited nature of it. All right. But that's not the case here. So, no, way overboard with the price. Yeah, that's all I got.
But
Oh, yeah. And the wheel in the middle looks like a shopping cart wheel. That's hilarious. Anyways.
No, but
That's
I know,
the
right?
character of Chopper.
I know.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
makes
yeah,
them-
yeah. I agree.
But you see that the R2D2 was 270, right, for Attack of the Clones, and we had a lot of accessories, soundboard, and all that, and it was 270. This one is 240. So yeah, I agree. It's on the high side. Nevertheless, it's a very good looking figure. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna get it. I think considering getting it too, I cannot. So far, I love Ahsoka Show, and I think if they do all the characters, I'm probably gonna get all of them. Just because I really, besides the Mandalorian, I think this is another show that I enjoy the most. The other ones I watch, I liked, but this one, dude, I really like it. And I'm talking about a person who hasn't seen the Clone Wars, Rebels, or anything like that. And I learned so much in these characters on the side by just me researching to see, how Throne is, obviously Ahsoka, Hera Syndulla, Ezra, and all those guys. I learned on the side to kind of like learn about their story a little bit more. So I think 240 is a bit steep. I think maybe in the 200 would be nice, but I think, like Beskar said, I think at this point for a lot of collectors, it's probably not that relevant if they want to get the figure. So yeah, I think it looks good overall. Looks freaking amazing. But I think the main event, or not the main thing, but I think the best thing that happened was teasing Hera Syndulla, and this is another one that I want to see. I'm very curious to see how the likeness is going to be, because sometimes Hot Toys has some hit and miss. Sometimes they nailed it with the head sculpt, but sometimes they just kind of like F it up. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this potential Hera Syndulla? Anyone?
So far, the likeness is not there.
Yeah, the head sculpt doesn't look as good as we want.
Not what I'm referring to, but like to keep it mature, right?
You're just going for the cakes.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. Like, for example, I went so far. I've got on pre-order the InArt Patterson Batman, because to me the body proportions of that character look better than the Hot Toys one, and maybe Hot Toys will change it when it comes out, and I'll end up getting both. But for now, that's why I'm going with the InArt Batman, because of the body proportions just look right. I'm going to say the same thing for this one. Body proportions better look right, right? It should look like the actress. And right now, let's say it's just one picture from the front, but I'm not seeing that there.
You touch a very, very good point, because, obviously, I don't remember the name of the actress who plays Hera, but
Ewan McGregor's wife, is it Mary Elizabeth?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah.
She was also she was in Scott Pilgrim as
Ramona.
Ramona, yeah.
Yeah. She's a great actress.
It's very beautiful too. Hold on, I have to say this. It's been a while since I've said this. Hold my balls in the house. How you doing, my friend? It's been a long time. He was cheating on me. He left me. Now he's back. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Hold My Balls, to be with us now. Yeah, so I'm curious to see how this is gonna play. I think, obviously, looking at the hips, I think it's too narrow, my friend. I think I need to widen that a little bit more. What do you guys think?
Let's wait for the prototype before we make any judgments. But I think at least I know with female head sculpts, like 95% of the time they nail them. So I feel confident, and we'll get the head sculpt perfect. So, but the rest of it, I can't even tell. It's Chopper's like blocking around. It's like really at the edge. We'll make our decisions when we get the full 360.
I know. I really hope they tease this very soon too, because season finale is next week, right? Isn't that the last episode on Tuesday?
Yep,
I think so.
Yeah, I think so far the show has been great.
Amazing.
It's been really good. I feel like there's no rush to the story, and that was some of the concerns I guess many people had with other shows, either too many side stories or side mission effects and shit, side missions and shit. So yeah, so far so good, I think.
Yeah, I think the main thing about them taking their time is the fact that Dave is going to direct the next movie, where The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Skeleton Crew are going to culminate into that movie. So now, like before, I don't think they had that in the plans, but now that there's a movie going to happen, I think now they're going to take their time. Dave is a master of putting in some of the mythology, which I love, which that's what, to me, that's Star Wars, all the Jedi mythology. And I love that stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I really love it so far.
I think you guys I'm assuming that you guys saw the last episode so far, right? Because
Yep.
I want to say something about the actual last episode. So we saw C-3PO. I think that was a nice cameo. But even nicer was to hear the name Leia. It's been a while since we heard that name in this in this universe now. At least after the episode 6, right? Curious to see if they gonna give some fan service and maybe do a cameo of Leia in the last episode. Because it seems to me the throne is gonna go to the New Republic. So has to be some type of interaction with Leia or something. What do you guys think?
I have a feeling that unless the family gives them permission, they're not going to try to do like a deep fake Leia, or they would have tried it already, maybe done a hologram during that scene instead of like sending 3PO. But the Rogue One cameo, people had an issue with it. I did. I thought it was all right. But if the family's okay with it, then maybe they'll do that. Or I mean, seriously, why not recast? And get someone who's like Carrie Fisher and because
Her daughter.
nobody lives forever, and if you want to keep these characters going, or if you want to tell a story from Leia in her teen years or whatever, like we're gonna need to recast at some point. So you just get a good actor. I had no problem with Alden Ehrenreich with Solo, because I actually dig that movie. So yeah, and Donald Glover as Lando, like that was fantastic. I don't see why we can't recast. She's immortalized in the original trilogy, so like we have her for that. The sequel trilogy too, but it's okay. But anyway, I think that if we want to tell more stories in that era or after Return of the Jedi, we're gonna either need to recast them or they are gonna have to do the deep fake, because I have a feeling Luke's gonna have to be part of the story. Like if he's going to follow Heir to the Empire, he's going to have to show up at some point. Even Han, like they're going to have to, they can't just be out there and not get involved with a big threat, like, I don't know.
Especially at this time. Yeah. And I completely agree with Costa on all points. Like, just people are so afraid to recast, just guys, we can't keep like living in our glory days, like that, like Costa said, though that original trilogy is still there. You can always turn back to it. Like it's fine. But going forward, if we still want to see those characters in more movies, it's time to recast. Give, don't make everything CGI and AI. Like, allow some new actors to fill in those shoes. And yeah. I still think they should have cast Sebastian Stan, is that his name, as Luke?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of actors there that are willing, I'm sure, to take the role. It could turn out terrible, or it could be awesome, or anywhere in between, right? We won't know until they do it. So,
yeah, that's true. That's gonna be interesting to see, though.
Carrie Fisher's daughter could still play, easily play Leia. So, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But also at the same time, I'm thinking that even if they use CGI for Leia or Han Solo, whoever, they have to do it right, and they have to do it like a good timing, not like the whole 8 episodes, but here and there, like a one little cameo here, one little cameo there. No, don't make the story around them, because we already know their story, quote unquote, because there's still more to tell, obviously. But it's more of these new characters, or you know what I mean? So this new generation type of thing. So, it's gonna be interesting. But I will definitely love to see some, at least, I don't know, a minute or 2 minutes of Leia in the last episode, and a couple of minutes of Luke or something. Some type of reunion. Because one of the complaints and one of the I guess the that the community of the Star Wars fan base was disappointed is that we never saw Leia, Han, and Luke together in the sequels, and that was a huge missed opportunity. We thought it's gonna be happening at one point where we saw Leia and Han together. We thought, okay, so Luke is gonna be next, and then Han died, and then Luke was a hermit, crazy guy, and then it was all over the place. There was no direction for those, and we can spend hours talking about the sequel. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be interesting to see, what the next episode will bring. And since Izzy is in the darkness right now, I want to talk about this because I know you guys saw this picture a couple days ago with some teas. We have, which seems to be Superman, InArt Superman. I don't know if it's a 2-pack or not. Chances are it's gonna be a 2-pack. Christopher Reeves. Then we have, I think it's Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. You guys probably know more than me.
Which one? There's a Hobbit one in the back. There's Daenerys, and then there's Dumbledore.
Okay, Dumbledore is from Harry Potter.
I'm gonna guess he's from the first book / movie. The first movie, the Philosopher's / Sorcerer's Stone, because of the Harry Potter that they're gonna release. So from behind, to me that looks like Richard Harris. Don't ask me how I know. I just feel it.
You know something.
I wish I had insider information.
So out of all these figures, obviously we only see the backs, right? What is your most anticipated one? Or the one that you will say, shit, I wanted to see this one for a long time.
Costa, you want to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Super duper man, Christopher Reeve. And for this to have a 2-pack, holy cow. Like, can you imagine a Clark Kent? Maybe they put a suit underneath just the top so we could do the ripping the shirt open. I'm gonna need to get a telephone booth. Holy crap, there's so many things to actually maybe I don't know. I'll have to find a telephone booth. But like my childhood, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, Christopher Reeves Superman, Batman for me was Michael Keaton. This is like, I've seen all of the movies and almost all of them in the theater. Obviously in the first one I was only 3, so I couldn't go see that one in the theater. But yeah, that's the one I'm most excited about because it does look like there's a 2-pack. I'm glad I didn't try to go after a Hot Toys one because I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to turn out. Rooted hair, fine. That's awesome. As long as it looks perfect. I'm trying to think. We need a kryptonite amulet thing. I'm beside myself on this one. I'm just freaking loving it. My second figure that I'm excited about is Dumbledore. I want a Snape more, but I love the Harry Potter series, and having a rooted Dumbledore, holy cow, it's gonna be way better than who did them? Star Ace did the Harry Potter figures, so they're good. I mean, it's like they can do it blindfolded, and they'll get better than Star Ace on their human heads, because Star Ace can do some good stuff with the creatures. And then the Daenerys, I don't know which one this is. Somebody was saying it's like season 7. I would like an earlier season's Daenerys, or maybe get her in like season 1 or 2 and throw in a Khal Drogo. But it's just dreams and wishes. I'm just putting it out there in the Thorin. I don't give a shit about, whatever.
So what do you think, Desi?
So, looking forward to the most, probably Reeves Superman. I think these are all going to look great. I got to be honest. I'm not. I'm probably not going to get any of them. I was a big fan of Keaton Batman growing up, but I was never a big fan of Superman in general. Not because of Reeves, just because I wasn't a fan of Superman until I got much older. I was like in my teens that I started reading Superman books. So yeah, but I if you ask me to pick one, I'd pick Reeves Superman just because it's Superman, and I'm a fan now of the character. The rest of them, I like Game of Thrones, so Daenerys would be pretty cool, but I'm not going to start collecting Game of Thrones figures. And same thing for Hobbit and Harry Potter. It's not my thing. Again, these are all they'll probably be stellar, right? But am I really hyped? No, I'm hyped for Batfleck when they finally announce or release that. That I'll be hyped for because I don't have a Batfleck figure yet. I'm waiting
for the right one.
Not sure who it's going to be, but
you see, I sold all my Justice League and almost most of my DC figures from Hot Toys. I only have a few. I have, obviously the Dark Knight. I have Two-Face, the Inner Joker, Peacemaker, which is a fantastic freaking figure. I can't say enough of that. That figure is amazing. So if you haven't seen the review, check it out. It's on the channel. And I pre-ordered the InArt Superman, Henry Cavill Superman. And I can wait for the Batfleck. I think they're gonna do the whole thing, but in this particular picture, I'm not too fan of the Game of Thrones. I watched a few episodes. I was not too into it. But the Christopher Reeves is my Superman. I mean, I remember going to the movies and watch the movies. I think I saw not the first one because I wasn't born yet, but the second one I saw in the movies, and then the third one obviously I did, and I loved it. And to me, that was my Superman. So for Hot Toys, when they did it, it was really nice, but now it needs some love. Even though that figure is still good, I think it holds the likeness pretty well. But I think Inner is gonna kill it. And what Costa said, if you imagine getting this figure with the Superman shirt underneath the Superman suit underneath the shirt and the phone booth, that would be great. So you have so many options. And let me tell you, I have a feeling that that's what they're gonna do, because if you saw the Michael Jackson, the Inner Michael Jackson they did like a little stage as a base. So they're definitely watching on those little details.
I thought the same thing as you were talking. I was like, the base, like that's where it's gonna happen. That's where they'll do the premium 2-pack. I'm sure they'll give like they'll do it like the Batman from Batman with God damn it, I forgot his name. Anyway, where they give you the Bruce Wayne, they give you the Batman, and then they give you the 2-pack where it's rooted, and you get a bunch of, you get all the same stuff for that one. You get the Bat Signal with that one, right?
Bat Signal, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I think they're gonna do if they're gonna do a 2-pack, they'll premium it up and do a good diorama base, and maybe it will be the telephone booth. That would be cool.
So Carlos, how you doing, Carlos? Long time to see you, my friend. Welcome here. He asked a good question. So what's your most anticipated pre-order? So who wants to start first? I have to think about mine. I know why. I know which one it is. But go ahead, Desi. You can start.
A most anticipated pre-order. So something I haven't pre-ordered yet and hasn't come out yet. I guess Batfleck, InArt Batfleck. I would have to say, just off the top of my head, because they've been talking about it, and I know they're going to release it. So that coming up, if it looks good, I'm jumping on that one.
I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, and the fact that InArt is going to do Michael Jackson, I can't wait for that. As soon as it drops, I'm going to pre-order that thing. It will be my first Michael Jackson figure, and I was thinking to get the Hot Toys one, but obviously over the years, the likeness kind of didn't hold the likeness as well. So that freaking InArt did a really good job with Michael Jackson, and I can wait for them to do the '80s Jackson. That would be great. I want to see the Thriller one. I want to see the Bad era Michael Jackson. That would be sick. That would be sick. To have those like lined up. From the '80s, '90s, and I don't know 2000s, but maybe '80s and '90s is the prime, I guess, right? I would love to see that one. What about you, Costa?
So we're saying like something that hasn't been announced yet to be a pre-order, or because like
Or
I
it
can
could
go
be,
with like
or it could be
stuff
something
I
that
already
was-
have pre-ordered, my Artisan Anakin or the
Mm.
Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile, or something in the future.
Yeah, something like it's coming up for pre-order. It's been somewhat announced, but not necessarily shown. That's how I took the question.
Oh, okay. How about here's one for wishful thinking: Han and Chewie 2-pack from Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary.
I like it.
Ooh. You know what? I don't know. I don't want to create false expectations, but I have to put this. Hold on.
Wait, did you see Chewbacca's foot in one of Chopper's pictures? Because god damn it, that would be great vision there.
No, I didn't. But seriously, or you're...
No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
okay.
It's not in there.
I was like, don't give me hope.
So they told
Dear
they
Howie,
have all the stores in Arkansas.
we need
The
Han and
Yeah, I
Chewie.
heard over there. Oh, well, over there.
Return of
Over
the
here in
Jedi.
Arkansas, they said that there's a mess in Georgia or something like
The
something.
one everyone is, but you gotta learn.
Let me mute his.
Easy.
No, this was
mute
interesting.
my
We-
friend.
yeah, we- let's hear about his conversation. Dear Howie, please, for God's sake, give us Han and Chewie 4th anniversary edition from the Return of the Jedi, as my friend Costa said. We need it. And let me tell you, I have a good feeling that that's probably going to become a reality, because remember the Indiana Jones that was announced, but it wasn't yet put in pre-order yet. So it's announced, it's there. It's not ready for pre-order yet. So they got Harrison Ford license, some sort of license. So I do think that it's very possible that we're going to see that. So I don't think it's that far away from reality.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't
it's,
think there's an issue with the licensing, like Harrison Ford going, no, obviously with the Indiana Jones. So yeah.
But it is strange, right? Like you'd figure.
Oops, sorry. What the hell?
We're back.
Sorry, guys. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, you can continue. My
No,
apologies.
so it is weird to me. Like, when was the last time we saw an original trilogy based Han Solo? And you figured he'd be, I would think he'd be one of the big sellers, at least on an original trilogy Star Wars scale, right? I think he'd be a big seller. Maybe I'm wrong, right? So so why would they not put one out? We always figured, hey, some kind of weird licensing, or they're mad at Harrison Ford for that ridiculous thing over a late night show, right, where he destroyed a hot toy. But then again, they're coming out with this Harrison Ford version of Indy. Is this a license requirement? Like, it's just weird. It's probably none of the above, right? But like, why wouldn't they come out with another Han Solo figures? I just hope that they do. The point is, I hope that come out with another one. I'm sure we'll eventually see one. Hopefully for a 40th anniversary. Again, I agree with Costa. A 2-pack would be nice. Yeah, hopefully we'll see it.
I know it's crazy. One thing that I always say, that expect unexpected. And with hot toys, you never know, my friend. You never know. Sometimes they do things, and most of the time they don't. Like, look at what happened with the Vulture, right? It was a hype at the beginning with third-party companies left and right coming with a Vulture, and then Hot Toys does a tease. It's been like a year, 2 years?
Yeah.
Like nothing, silence.
Yeah. And what the Mandalorian is mentioning, yeah, I mentioned that, right? The fact that maybe he just had to put out this new Indy Harrison Ford because of a license requirement in order to keep all licenses in general. I don't know. That is possible. I just don't know how possible it is. It's just weird all around. Yeah, still hoping for one.
Yeah, no, I know. The Hate Lorian says Howard had to put out that indie or he would have lost the IP. It is probably. I mean, the fact is that they announce it fully. It's not like a tease. They actually show everything. So that means it's gonna come to pre-order soon. But interesting. I would love to see more Star Wars figures coming, especially because the 4th anniversary. I mean, still this year is still within the year, but they kind of went silent on that, right? We didn't see anything else being announced, and that's a huge franchise, so they should do definitely more.
Yeah, I don't understand their reasoning. They're like, here's like 9 Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary figures. Here's 2 for the Return of the Jedi. But then we did get, the Dewback. That's original trilogy. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got from the original trilogy.
I know.
So,
do you think Hot Toys is gonna reissue Princess Leia from A New Hope?
Do you want to go first?
On a long enough timeline, anything is possible. What movie is that from?
Let's save the video.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah. Look, seriously, anything is possible. But yeah, you figured they'd eventually, hopefully, re-release again most of those original trilogy figures, not re-release, but update them. Whether it's a decade into the future. Hopefully, we're all collecting still at that point. And right, it's a decade is coming up. Didn't these originally come out in 2015? Right, 2025.
Oh yeah.
So.
They got to put the rolling eyeballs in. They got to, update the clothing.
Artisan edition.
Artisan edition Leia's all around. Or I'll take artisan like Queen Amidala's. That could you imagine having an artisan Queen Amidala? Shit. But I'm talking about real artisan, not the like everything's leather, everything's high end, everything because isn't Wanda doesn't come with a leather jacket, does she? It's just like a leather.
Yeah, it's leather.
Yeah, so I don't consider that artisan just rooting a hair. I want true artisan if you're gonna call it artisan. So,
well, 2027 is A New Hope 50th anniversary, so maybe that's when we're gonna get Leia and Chewie 2.0s. And 2027 actually doesn't seem that far away. Actually, a couple more years, really. Now that the time is passing like a freaking champ.
Why not announce them now and then they'll be ready by 2027? It's not like there's going to be new. It's not like a new movie. They know the characters in that movie. Why do we have to wait till 2027 for them to announce stuff? That's what frustrates me. Like, what if when the anniversary is going to be, have them start working on them. And then, announce them in 2025, 2026 for 2027.
That's true. So the world of 1/6 collecting is about to change. If you watch my video or my stream we did last Friday with Easy, we were talking about J&D coming to the 1/6 world. So now we're going to have another high-end company doing 1/6 figures besides InArt, that they're doing a lot of things right now, advertising, teasing figures and all that. We also have Hot Toys with the new Artisan line. We have third-party companies coming in, some of them new, some of them old, with really cool figures like hair sculpt, tailoring, the whole thing, right? Is it really the 1/6 world of collecting changing, or do you think it's just it's business as usual with all these new companies coming in hard? Let's start with Easy since he didn't talk for the whole show.
I always get a phone call like every stream, every time.
I know. You should put do not disturb, or you can say, "Hey, I'm in a meeting right now. I can talk."
If I put do not disturb, I'll have no career for the rest of my life. There'll be things burning down. There'll be Gas stations blowing up.
So the world of 1/6 collecting, is it really changing?
That's what.
Easy.
But yeah, that's what I mentioned at the
Be
beginning.
well.
Be well.
Well,
That's what I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I mean, we don't have these crazy releases coming out. I mean, we have like Chopper, which Hot Toys is like, eh. But then we have InArt, we have J&D coming out. We have well, it's not real statues, which is a different level of stuff, but a lot of pioneership going on. The artesian water editions, the Queen, InArt stuff going on. And then, like you were displaying earlier, they showed a bunch of new lines coming through and really attacking the tail end of Hot Toys, which I do like. So that's always good. I love competition in other markets, not mine.
That's a good question by Emerson. By the way, thank you, Emerson, for stopping by. What Hot Toys has that the new companies don't have?
Nobody will take Star Wars or Marvel away from them, so don't expect them to lose those licenses anytime soon. Hasbro owns the Master Toy licenses for those, for like action figures and stuff. And even if you notice, like Funko Pops have to have bobbleheads, because then they would be considered action figures. So like,
oh, that's why
Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So what about like life size?
If it's an action figure type thing, then yes, because they have the whole like they only Sideshow and Hot Toys are able to do 1/6 scale Star Wars. Like legally.
Hot Toys only got in because the Sideshow was like needing help back in the day, right?
Yeah, so that's why Sideshow's like their distributor outside of Hong Kong, because they share a lot of stuff. They're very intertwined, both companies. And if you look at I just like my affiliate, I have affiliate marketing with Sideshow. I get like the links and inside the fine print, it states that you may not use or something Sideshow's properties, such as what are some of their Let Your Geek Sideshow, the
Court of the Dead,
the frame, the Court of the Dead, or whatever. And then one of the newest ones they added in there a few months ago was Hot Toys as one of their like named properties. They're very
miscombobulated.
Like, they're best friends.
I wonder if they're like, how Pepsi, KFC, or Pepsi, Taco Bell.
They're the same. I don't know if they're the same, because like KFC
Parent
and Taco
company.
Bell, they're all the same like parent company. I don't think it's like that.
This is different. I just think Sideshow, to Costa's point, Sideshow has the license for these brands for North America distribution and maybe some distribution in EMEA, but maybe Hot Toys has a license directly for those brands for distribution in APAC, right?
Yeah. And that's why Sideshow and Hot Toys can come out with Star Wars figures. Any other thing, you won't see that. Now Warner Brothers is like just tossing out their license like there's like it's like there's no tomorrow. Like everybody has a Warner Brothers. I'm gonna go get a Warner Brothers license. I think this week I'm gonna put out some. I don't know what I'm gonna put out, but it's gonna be Warner Brothers cases. Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna do like a special Bat Cave garage shelf cases. Be on the lookout for those, because those are coming soon.
One little comment, and that's a great question by Emerson. One thing that I think that Hot Toys has, is obviously the licenses, right? They have more licenses than those companies so far, and as Costa mentioned, it's going to be difficult for them to get Star Wars. But if they manage to do it, which highly unlikely, but if they do it, that's going to be a really one-on-one competition with Hot Toys, and they're going to really struggle because these companies are coming in hard, like with quality, with the whole thing, rooted hair, quality of the tailoring, accessories, bases, characters. They can do anything that Hatus will not do, right? So that's number one. And number two is the longevity. I mean, Hatus has been a long time. It's a long time player, so we know Hatus for more than a decade, I will say. And is that's gonna be the toughest part, right? To pay the price to be competing with the big company in the industry, right? That's gonna take some time. But if Inner continues delivering figures quality wise, obviously we're gonna see some QC issues. It's gonna happen. It happens with every company, Hot Toys, every company. But as long as they keep it to the minimum, it's gonna be a very good market for InArt. And if J&D comes in and they do something different, it's also gonna be a good shape to be. But now the thing is price. Hot Toys price is not a secret, it's increasing, right? Then InArt is already top tier company with higher end figures, pricier than Hot Toys. We think J&D is going to be probably in the same InArt range or maybe a bit higher. And we had this conversation before. That's going to also change the whole dynamics of pricing, the whole dynamics of what can you afford. We're going to have three companies doing licensed figures and three different price tiers. Hot Toys is like the more affordable option. Then we have InArt, the pricier one, and then probably J&D is kind of like toe to toe with InArt. So price is going to change. And now, what Hot Toys is going to do about it? Are they going to just increase the prices? They have to think about that too, because it's not just a matter of increasing prices. The artisan, we had this conversation last week. The artisan is beautiful, right? Rooted hair and all that shit. But what else are you? Just rooted hair. But what about the outfit? It's not leather. What about the accessories? Same accessories. I mean, you saw Wanda, right? You have the sculpted one and the hair one. Exactly the same figure. What is the difference? Rooted hair. That's it. I think that's the problem. I think when Hatos figure it out or changes the artisan to make it more like elite type of thing, like with better tailoring compared to the regular Hot Toys, then they're gonna have more justification of increasing prices. What do you guys think?
Real quick, I gotta head out. I just wanted to say thank you before I leave. You guys have been amazing. Definitely want to come back. You know what I'm gonna do is if I am free, I'm just gonna send you a message and be like, "Hey, I want to come on," and then hopefully you say okay, and then I'll come on.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I had so much fun. So yeah.
Thank you,
Good
man.
night, everybody, and
Have a good one. Don't
I
forget
hope you
to
guys
follow
have an
Costa.
awesome week.
Links
Yeah.
in the
If
description
you want to
and
build,
everything.
these are actually garage shelves that cost. Some people have been able to do them for like $300. It's crazy. To make them look like Maji cases. One thing I am working on is
Oh my god.
I'm thinking about doing a live build,
You're
and
holding like the whole show?
so this is a frame that I've teased my Grail case, but I'm not gonna like do a live build with a Grail case. I'm gonna do one of these little ones that look like a regular case inside with regular lighting. But I'm also gonna look into if people want to live build with me. Maybe I'm gonna come up with some kits. It just depends on how much it's gonna cost, and I'll give you all the pieces that you need cut to the size. You'll have to make some cuts. You're gonna have to do some work. I'm working out the details. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I'm definitely gonna do some sort of live stream build. And this is just like a one what do you call it? A one figure case. I know my Grail case is somewhere around here. Anyway, all right. Good night. I love you
Thank you,
all.
sir.
Good talking to
Take
you.
care, man.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Indeed.
Oh, just keep the camera on. Keep his camera on. Oh, no, he's still there. He doesn't know yet.
I'm frozen.
Oh, he's frozen.
It's a good thing to be frozen on.
All right.
Okay, man.
I love you
Take
guys
care.
again.
Thank you, Costa. So fun. Yeah, no, he does dude, he does amazing cases. If you guys haven't seen it, please follow him. The link in the description below. He's one of the good friends we have here. We have a very nice group, I think. You know, we're good, you know. But yeah, so you know, what are your thoughts about this is this or easy now, but because you know he's not talking.
I've got so many things going on. Oh. Why, Dante? Why?
Say something. Say something.
Anything.
I'm giving up on you.
Don't end it all.
I know.
Just
We're
turn
here
around
for
and
you.
start smacking Joker.
Where are they?
I can't breathe. Anyway, what were we talking about?
No, we're talking about the InArt and collecting in general, how it's changing with
I
more
already talked
options
about
now.
that. About the I don't like what Hot Toys is doing, and not for the longest time I complained and bitch and whine about pleather. Oh,
Yeah,
this is nice.
I know.
I
Let's change
love-
topics now. Seems to be that I also forgot
Yeah.
what we're talking about. So let's change topic, guys. Talking about this Queen Studios dropping the heat, we have the Dark Knight and Michael Jackson. So we're going to start with Batman, Dark Knight. So easy. This is your round. Say something.
I'm giving up on you. So this is amazing. I love it. Can you pull up well, never mind. Hold on. Can you pull up the Infinity Studios Batman bust? Do
Yeah.
that
Let me
on,
look.
like,
Let me look for it.
Do that on the side, like for comparison. So this is the just a bust, no arms. You don't get a torso or a belly button. This is just a bust cut out, and as you can see behind me, this is the full torso, which Infinity does. It was a very hard decision, being that I've already pre-ordered with my $800 deposit on Christian Bale one, but the likeness on this guy is amazing. You know, it's a 1-to-1, and the Infinity one also, but I feel like the Infinity one looks way too old, and this one looks really perfect. Like, this is straight ChristianBale.com. I love it. The only thing bad about this is that it comes with a life-size part. See, that looks wonky. That's the Infinity. The Infinity Studios comes with a full bust, like the whole arms, everything, and you don't get a switch out. You can't put that helmet on him, or the cowl per se. You can't put the cowl on, but this looks really wonky. But
You've captured their stunt doubles.
exactly. I feel like his hair is way too brown. Of course, this is prototype, so you're gonna get, fine tunes and stuff like that. And especially after seeing what Queen is putting out, I'd assume and hope that they do a little bit better for us and fix the hair colors, certain things like that. Otherwise, I think Infinity's, go back to the Infinity one. The sculpt here, I think the face is just, I don't know. There's something in the face. I don't know if it's the hair,
The eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Hair.
It's the looking. It's just the shape of the eyes is kind of weird.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to spend that kind of money on a statue like this, knowing that this Queen came out with way better.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, there's a life-size version. Emerson, I love you too. Mwah. And there's a life-size version to this one, which Queen made, and it's redonkulous. It looks like freaking Batman. Do you have the life-size?
No, I don't think I do.
Damn it, Dante. But the life-size version is just amazing. Like, you have to pull up the life-size.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
I think it's going to be like $20,000 because it's going to come with this bust plus a switch-out head for the cowl that you can use on the actual life-size bust or statue, like full body, legs, booty, and everything. So this is the amazing thing about what Queen did, is they're offering your full-blown Batman, like elite Batman collectible. Like, if it's like 11 or 12,000, I may think about it. I really may think about it, and I may just buy that one. But I mean, if you look at these two side by side with the life-size statue and then the bust, I mean, this looks like those bust stands you get with Hot Toys that you display the heads on, and then you get the life-size, statue. It's out of this world. It looks super real with the cowl on. It's beautifully done and super real, and it's a once in a lifetime chance to grab one of these things from me. So
Did they mention the actual price?
No. Erwin Torres is 15,000, right? I don't know. It sounds right. I mean, 15,000 would be something for this big and sheer size of it. Yeah, I'd believe it, which I'm scared of. But yeah, I think 12,000 is my limit. 12,000. If it's 12,000, I may just get a credit card finally. Like, this is seriously making me think, like, golly, man, like for 12 grand, I'd probably go for it. Because I mean, that's a lot of money for like, a statue. But I mean, it's about how much you love Dark Knight and Christian Bale. And I just absolutely I pretty much grew up on this Batman, although I love Batfleck as my ultimate Batman. So as you can see, the bust is not fully done, no arms, no nothing. See that it looks good though. They completely like executed the whole base system and the way it's stylized and just the tilt of the head and the angling and all that stuff. It's great. It's perfect. But Infinity has the whole arms and everything, so I feel like that's just my role until I saw he even has a little tactical backpack here. Until I saw the see, this is the life-size statue.
God,
that's stunning.
damn.
And you get this switch out. You can pop his head off and be like, and then put it back on the other bust, and then put the cowl on. So, I mean, show it with the cowl. It looks even. You wouldn't think, but it looks even better with the cowl. Yeah, there it is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about collecting, right? If you're going to collect pop culture stuff, I mean, in my opinion, the ultimate collectible is as a life-size thing, life-size prop, probably something that's used on screen, right? And if not, like something that's just life-size period, and having a life-size essentially wax statue of the actor, again, ultimate collectibles, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, even if this thing were to cost, 13,000, it's probably going to be another 1,500 to ship.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you think of this guy, where is it? This Predator right here cost me $700 in shipping from Prime 1. I don't know.
Oh, this is probably going to be 2,000 at least shipping.
Yeah.
Because, it's probably, it's like a human being shipped dead.
It's a heavy ass human being shipped. And this is just outstanding work by Queen. I'm glad they're doing stuff like this, but it sucks because I'm like, I just want it. Like, it's beautiful. It's a masterpiece, really.
I'm also interested to see what the final production looks like, to make sure it doesn't look like that Infinity one. That Infinity one, like, to me, looks.
But that's the prototype. Infinity tends to adjust and realign according to whatever their people say, the community says, and the community bashed Infinity very, very bad. That was actually Sideshow. If you go back to the image of Infinity, that was a Sideshow, like con or something. Like, this was displayed at Sideshow. So it was pretty embarrassing for Infinity. I think what it is that their prototype was not sitting well in the box as far as that here. So obviously Queen is just displaying what they have is like the prototype in perfection. I'm sure Infinity, if you go to Infinity's order, like the little ordering page, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I'm looking for that.
It looks a lot better. That's what I went off of. That's what Batman bust a nut. Oh no, wrong website.
Ooh.
But that's not what you saw. That what we saw on the. See, I don't know if you can see my screen. I found it. Dante. Ha!
You found it.
Share.
Share.
There. So I have a super wide
Oh.
screen, so it's kind of tiny. But as you can see here, that's not what they're showing on their prototype, right?
No, that looks.
I mean, this looks way better. It's not.
How much is this?
This is for 4,200.
And how much is the Queen Studio bust?
Queen Studio bust without his the whole torso. They usually run 4,000. And this, you're getting his whole body, arms, everything for 4,000. So that's what Queen usually does, is that they kind of run. See, it looks better. It's I got to give it to a Queen though. It's not as better. It's not as good as Queen's. But
No, Queen Studio did a really freaking good job, man. I mean, that likeness looks way better than this.
now
Yeah.
it's just all about angles and shadows and stuff like that. You start playing with the angle, the shadow. I think his hair is a little bit too long in here. That's something I would nitpick for Queen. You see this? The lighting comes up above. The lighting comes from the side.
Looks a little skinny or something now, and I say that now that we have the Queen Studios, pictures to compare it to.
Yeah, right.
But I think this is it's very subjective, right? But I think the drawing point to any bust, right, is the face. So I think it's a big decision, but I would forego the arms to have a face that's more on point. So therefore, if I was going to get something, I'd probably go with the.
And that's where I'm at, Dizzy.
Queen.
That's where I'm at as far as like looking at this bust and saying, but that face is so on point to the point that the rest of the statue just doesn't matter. Because if like you said, the face, is Queen just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
I think that's just perfection.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Look at this.
You never know. I still always say, hey, wait for production, right?
Mhm.
Maybe I don't know if it sells out.
They changed.
Right,
Well, they did that with Pattinson, the Pattinson Batman.
Yeah.
I had messaged them about it, and I was like, "This doesn't look like Pattinson at all." And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go through some revisions and this and that." So the community obviously felt the same way. Later on, they changed and updated the sculpt, and it just finally got released just a few days ago, actually, and it looks perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. I love it. It's great. I wouldn't buy it though because it's not my favorite Batman, and then he's got plenty of movies to go, so I'll just wait.
Yeah.
So but for something like this, which obviously the Dark Knight last costume going on right here, obviously I'm all in. That's baller status right there. If I get that thing, I wish it could be around 10,000 for the whole set. I wish they sold just Batman alone, but you're gonna have to buy the bust, the silicone head, and Batman all in one package. Like there's no, I didn't see no package for just Batman with a cowl or Batman with a head sculpt. It was just like if you're gonna go big, go big. That's what they're telling you. They're like, this is not a thing for broke people. Like you got to be able to afford your credit card bills.
Yeah, that's pricey. But also we have this. Oh, this one looks creepy as hell, man. I don't know.
Yeah, this one is.
It looks like a meme.
It
Right? What do you think, Desi?
I think this is one of the best albums of all time.
The album is fantastic, but I mean, this one looks.
I'm trying to find something good. One of the best albums of all time. This I look like something's weird. Something's not there, right? Because this is, or maybe it's perfectly there, and I just never looked at Michael Jackson from this era that closely to realize it's 100% there. I don't know, but something looks weird. This is very strange.
I mean, this angle looks better though.
It's weirdly to me. It looks weirdly off, but it's on point. It's just on point. It's weirdly off, but it's on point. I think it's just so lifelike.
Like that angle looks right to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the front on angle is weird.
You see, when they do these statues, they should have done it without, unless it's the Joker or Green Goblin. do it without a smile, like more like in serious or like looking down.
Well,
Like
but then in this particular like scene, I guess you would say, he's always like creepily smiling.
and you see one thing I don't like about this thing. I mean, obviously the likeness is I think is really good. It's just that they sculpted the actual jacket instead of making it, instead of being like a real material.
Hmm.
And no, I prefer real material. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I prefer real material too. This is sculpted. Looks
that's
to
not
me it's sculpted.
sculpted.
Yeah, it looks to me it's sculpted.
It's not sculpted. No,
No?
Queen would not do a life-size bust and then put sculpted. That's material.
Oh shit, that's material. I'm sorry, never
Oh,
mind.
that's cool then. All right, all right.
All right, I
The
love
bad,
it.
the bad part about that is that they still use pleather, which I'm not. I mean, who knows? Maybe this is real leather, but I mean, Infinity came.
Oh,
I have a
wow.
Batman cape and it's pleather. It's not actually real leather, which at that price point, it should. Emerson thinks it comes with kids.
Oh,
Desi said,
no.
Emerson is saying, does it come
Emerson.
with children?
No.
Mm. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways,
No. Hey, that's really nice though. You got some porcelain whites.
stop it. He's looking into my soul. It bothers me.
Look at them eyebrows.
Is this silicone?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's silicone. You're gonna be able to kiss.
You know,
That's
I
why I
can't-
want the Christian Bale. I want the Christian Bale so Joker and Bale can go at it. But
Man,
Looks
at
nice.
this scale, I know it would be a lot of leather, but man, they're not going to use leather on something this.
I mean,
this
a
scale.
jacket that size was like a $300 jacket for leather.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what is that in the whole scheme thing of it being $4,000? Add $200 and cut your costs here and there. Not so
Yeah.
high grade, but at least it's leather.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. This one it looks good.
This is actually coming to the U.S. too because it's licensed,
It's licensed, yeah.
unlike the Batmans and this and that. So
Yeah, I mean, if I mean,
yeah, you might see this pop up on Sideshow or something.
yeah, probably I use Josh. I think does he carry Queen? I think he does. No.
Whatever
think so.
Sideshow carries, he basically because it's licensing. So whatever's licensed in America, he can get.
So I have a couple statues coming, guys.
Like right now?
Probably within a few weeks, maybe. Well, within a month, I will say.
Dub.
So yeah, I have Alien, Big Chop,
Oh, you got Alien shipping?
and Ripley,
Oh,
and Optimus Prime, and Megatron. And I have no idea where I'm going to put it.
Wait,
So
Megatron?
that's going to be it's for generations.
Oh yeah, generation.
Where are you going to put the boxes?
In my basement. So I'm probably
That's
going to be like easy.
Oh, that's right, you got a basement.
As you used to do. I'm going to probably rent a storage, but not yet. I mean, I still can manage my boxes. But the thing is that I cannot pre-order every statue there is. One, space, and also money. My wife will kill me if I get a full house of statues. I mean, she will divorce me.
I'm already taking over a second room.
I mean, that's not gonna happen in my house. My wife will tell me before that. She will insult me.
I told my wife this is where this Batman statue is gonna go.
But
Right
this is the thing, Queen's. I pre-order Frieza, Prime 1 Frieza, and I'm waiting for Terminator and the T1000 to pre-order as well. So I have two right there, and I already pre-ordered the Batman 2-pack, but Bruce Wayne and Batman from Prime 1. So where do I gonna put it? I have no freaking clue.
You'll make it happen. That's fine.
You're right.
We'll worry about those things later.
Right.
Whoa, I just saw this Batman figure. The XC suit Batman retail for $375. Sorry, that's random.
The which one?
The XC suit Hot Toys Batman retail is $375.
He's
Yeah.
huge, no?
It's big.
He's not big. He's like heavy Mando big, but I wouldn't call it $375 big. Damn.
Hmm.
I don't even know
Yeah.
I paid. I That's crazy.
That's why when people say the InArt prices are high, I'm like, yeah, they're still higher, but they're not that much higher than some Hot Toys, right?
I mean, $375 plus the 20 taxes, 20 shipping, 25 shipping because it's a little bigger, right? So $45 on top of that, you're looking at almost 420, 415, 410, right then and there. That's InArt prices. Superman, how much is Superman, Dante? What's the retail on Superman Queen?
$3.99.
$3.99, right? Was it?
Some
Thank
people,
you.
I think the cheapest one I saw was like $3.85 or something.
So, I mean, you look at that, right? You look at all the amazing quality and stuff you're getting. You know, in a Superman, they even put that piece of hair. It's an actual piece of hair for his little curl. And they took it from Costa because his hair. So,
Let me actually put InArt and take a look.
yeah. So, if you look real close on their head sculpts, they use a piece of hair to get that, accuracy. And that's the details. That's the fine details that Hot Toys has always been missing. You know, like when they had Ray or Jyn Erso, you just literally see two pieces of plastic they glue on, and it'd be this little twiggy thing, like little rabbi swirls. But here, it's on the other head sculpt where he's screaming and going crazy. And Dante,
it comes with two capes.
Yeah, two capes. And didn't I tell you the flight pose? They're going to do something for it, right? And they did something for it, right? Remember that?
They did.
See, that's a piece of hair.
No, hold on. Let me see if I can find the. Oh,
there are some critiques here, though. This being one of them.
No,
right?
It's okay. It's being covered up by a cape. Collectors need to understand that posability is very important also for achieving accuracy and authenticity from the actual film. So, like, the most realistic looks aren't always going to be the best ways of display. Like, you're going to have this rod either going in his ass or in his vertebrae. You guys pick.
Papi, I think I'm going to disagree with you on that. Yeah. And this is the reason why.
About a fight.
There was a third-party company that did a black suit Superman. I think it's Transcendent. And they use a magnetic pole. Like, literally, you put it in the back of the figure. It's a huge thing that you put it, the magnet, and the cover, and the cape can cover it, and it stays put with no problem. And that figure was heavy. If you guys had that third-party figure, I actually did a review on it, so check it out. They did that. So why? And I have a feeling, and I can bet my soul on this one, that InArt is going to fix this thing. Because I think this part here is going to throw me off. I mean, not throw me off in the terms of not pre-ordering. I've already pre-ordered this thing. But in terms of posing the figure in a flying pose. Because I don't want to unzip that shit. What happened if you break that zipper? If it's too tight and then you break it by mistake or something.
Yep.
Or what happened if the little peg breaks inside, So, you have to think about those things. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks slim. You put the cape, perfect. But they can do this magnetic for sure. And they can do dynamic pole as well. I don't think this is the best thing, to be honest with you. And that's one of the things that but overall.
It sure is a hell of a lot better than Hot Toys' claw.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I took the claw off of mine, and you can easily see where the claw molded the figure's suit. Like, it indented it permanently. It damaged it, completely damaged it. So, yes, in terms of Hot Toys versus this, I'd much rather have that. Now, if you're talking about innovation and putting a magnet in, hell yeah, I'd love to have a magnet. But this is a start. Like, I'm glad and happy to see that they're coming up with things that you don't have to actually make contact with the suit, because they know there's that little piece of hair off to the side on the left. Yeah, you see that's hair.
So the only thing with that stand, and there's a few critiques here, is if we get the magnetic one, right? And Dante, you had it. You did a review on that Transcendent Superman, the third party, right? There is a small section of that stand that makes contact with that suit. I don't know, right? So I don't know if they did that here, would it ruin the suit? Which brings up, that's one question. And then it brings up another question where InArt said that they had a special printing process in the suit to address issues that collectors are having with peeling. I know there's been, and maybe I'm just off on this, I know there was a lot of peeling issues with Batfleck. Were there also peeling issues with this Cavill Superman from Hot Toys?
I don't remember seeing any peeling issues.
Right. So that I don't remember seeing peeling. I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't see it. I don't remember seeing peeling issues with Cavill Superman. So why it's like, oh, the reason we did the suit this way, InArt says, the reason we did the suit this way with this special innovative 3D printing or whatever they're saying is to address the peeling concerns. It's like, but nobody's Cavill Superman Hot Toy is peeling. It's the Batfleck one.
Look at
Right?
that comment from James C. You know that what you easy Desi, what you mentioned is interesting as well. I don't remember seeing a peeling issue with Superman, and I had the Man of Steel. I sold it. Then I had the Justice League one. I also sold it, but I never had an issue with the suit itself. I know it was an issue with the sign, with the Superman sign, with the paint or something. I never had the issue.
Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Was it
I
like
don't know.
breaking the paint flake?
I
I think it kind of rings a bell.
Yeah.
Maglev. James C said Maglev. Wait, that would be pretty cool. It would just sit there and spin all day.
I know, right?
That would be difficult. I think that would be easier just thinking through it, right? I don't know. I'm not an expert here, but I think it would be easier if it was a statue, right? But the fact that it's an action figure you compose, wouldn't that would throw off the balance?
Yeah.
Right. That's more like defying gravity, not necessarily magnets, right? Because you'd have to position the figure. I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, that would be great.
Did they make a black suit? Did they make a black suit variant?
No.
Not
In
yet.
art? Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
I think they're gonna do the whole Justice League.
Here, share my screen. I'm gonna show you what I'm getting. Which Superman I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get this and life size.
Cool.
This is where I'm talking about infinity.
I don't know about that one.
I know the face, it's kind of weird. Here is the problem with that. Like the face is weird, and you also have the light up features.
That one is nice.
Yeah.
That one right there. The other one I don't like.
I don't know if the other one looked like Cavill. Right?
It looks like
looks like my friend Henry Martinez.
looks like Joaquin Phoenix and Cavill mixed together.
Yeah.
But this is my problem. Like they execute things so good. I'm willing to just go for it. Like some scenes, like that's what I'm like, the lighting. If they have harsh lighting like this, it makes it seem old. Like that's really old. But like this guy's trying to force out a poop at the same time, so it's kind of difficult to judge. We see this type of lighting is cool. But
if you could just get this type of lighting in your display room, you're set to go.
I know, right? I do have spotlighting.
But
Yeah, that's another thing.
Let me see this head sculpt and then the angry face head sculpt on the this actual little figure here. What is that? What is his head sculpt? His angry face. How did Queen nail that? Let me see. I can't.
This little hair that you were talking about earlier.
That's that little hair I was talking about. That's pure detail. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a photo with the full head sculpt?
Yeah.
With the angry head sculpt. This is perfect. See, that looks really good.
yeah, that reminds me of Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me see.
And the reason I was making such a big deal about the suit and InArt saying, look, it's printed and all that is, I mean, because who cares, right? If the Hot Toys wasn't peeling and this one's not going to peel, who cares? The reason I was bringing it up is because I thought that the Hot Toys, the fabric of the suit looks more accurate than the InArt one, in the sense that the Hot Toys one is like the movie prop, where it's like a sheer blue material over a like chrome suit.
Right.
Whereas this one just doesn't,
Blue.
it's not as reflective or as see-through, that sheer blue. Right?
Yeah,
So
you're right. Hot Toys might have an edge on that because I'm just looking at that. Is there a full-bodied apparition picture?
It's an apparition.
Yeah, you're right, because in the highlights you're supposed to see the chrome. Like in the abdomen, you can see it, and I'm sure Queen did it as well because they're not even copying Hot Toys at this point. They're making a suit, but Hot Toys did the sheer thinness, I guess you could. Nice nutsack boy. but the thinness of the suit, I guess you would call it. is
Yeah.
really good.
Like again, I like the proportions here better than
Yeah,
again
me
the
too.
Hot Toys one. But like
Ah.
this one's one where it's like I could see the Hot Toys still has the upper hand in some things, apparently, based on this picture.
The
Maybe when
only
you see this in
thing
person.
really, to me, the only thing appealing that would make me, like want it so bad is that head sculpt. Obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
proportions. He looks chunky. He looks a bit
Yeah.
too chunky. But hot, like if I could just probably pop that off of this one and put on my Hot Toys one, and I'll be happy.
True.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Hatos, I mean, InArt is gonna fix that issue with the Chrome piece. I think we're gonna be able to see that in the final product.
There's a big
InArt,
chance. yeah.
InArt reads a lot of comments, and they really take the feedback, especially because they're new right now into 1.6, so they want to make it right. They fixed the head sculpt though. They got like bombarded left and right about the head sculpt when they did the first one, because to me it didn't look like Kabul at all. This one does. This one is much better. That's why I pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
So now people saying about the actual body and the chrome and all those things. So they definitely gonna fix that. I think that's an easy fix too.
And now with the competition of InArt, I think a lot of people are holding Hot Toys to a higher standard maybe than they've been held in the past. So in light of that, I'll do the same for InArt. Like, hey, if you're going to innovate and do some stuff, you've included 2 capes, that's good. Let's have a seamless neck for a character like this. If it was the Joker or something, it doesn't matter. He has long hair; it covers it. Characters with long hair, it doesn't matter. But with a character like this, where a majority or the entirety of his neck is exposed, do something to come up with a seamless neck joint right in the back.
But the only problem I see is how you will move the head down or to the side. It will not be no movement, right?
You would, but like it would have to be engineered. So it would either be 2. You'd have different head sculpts, right, that you plug in, just like the Joker's hands, right? Or you'd have to engineer something like a seamless body, right? But it's just a seamless neck, where the top of the head is like a hard plastic, as it is now, but as it goes down, it turns into a softer plastic,
or something.
a silicone, or just a TPU or something. And they would have to engineer something, right? Or where a seam would be less apparent.
I can see that happening in the future. Maybe J&D is thinking about that. I think everything about this 1.6 collecting universe is innovation, right? What are you going to bring to the table that is going to be new and is going to be attractive to collectors? Details matter for collectors. 1.6, even if it's 1.6, the details matter a lot. No lazy paint-ups. I mean, look at the hands. It's like a real hand. I mean, if I zoom this, I mean, this is like a statue hand. That level of quality. I mean, look at this. Look at the knuckles, like the nails.
Even, yeah. It looks like Dante's hand.
It's well trimmed.
Yeah, wait, it does.
I know, right?
That's kind of. I was just looking at your hands and like, it looks like Dante's hand. I've just been holding Dante's hand so long, I can tell that's like, yeah, it's Dante's hand.
You know it like the back of Dante's hands.
I know it like the back of Dante's hands. It looks like Dante's hands. As much as he's flicked me off and sent me pictures, I know what his hands look like.
I know, right? Hey, look, the new Batman. Boom. Texture looks really good on this one. I mean, they nailed it. The likeness, I think, is fantastic. I don't see any. I mean, if I'm nitpicking, maybe the forehead, maybe this part here, I don't know, but super like going into the. But one thing that I really like about this thing is, even though this is a sculpted hair, it was done amazing. I mean, it looks like a freaking rooted hair,
right?
Like,
thinly done. It's thin.
Yeah, texture is deep and the hair is thin.
Right, and Hato is, just to be fair too, Hato has been doing a really good job with sculpted hair as well.
Yep.
I mean, really freaking good. And that's you see, that's what I'm talking about, the innovation, the techniques they're using to paint, because this is technique, right? You have to really have a I don't know, a specialty or talent to paint these things that good.
Did the eyes roll?
Yes, I think.
I
This help
haven't
me here.
seen, and this
I don't-
scope, I haven't seen.
I would
it.
think they do. You know, actually, now that you asked me, yes, look right there.
You do, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
sure?
Yeah. That he was clearly looking to the left in that last
You
picture.
sure about that? You
Well,
sure about
based on that
that?
last picture, yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
He's
looks
looking
like-
He's
right.
looking straight every time, though.
No,
like
no.
He's turning his head. He's just looking
Keep
down
going.
that way.
Keep going.
He's looking straight.
You see, this is what I don't like, and I mentioned this in the preview video I did.
Oh, the hand.
It
It's hard
attached
to make it
this-
hold, like because
What
it's
do you
not
like
really.
about that?
No, but it's attached. I don't like that.
And
It's attached to the head, to the cow.
well, it's a holding hand. He's holding the cow.
Yeah, but you also wanna have it like this, like.
No, movie accuracy only.
He could be holding it like this.
They're like,
Could
no
be upside down.
accessory, hold only.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been a
Personally,
magnet.
have
Personally, I
pictures- they
think
have
I think it would have
pictures
been
of
nice
his
if it's
mother.
attached.
They have little kinky pictures of Martha. It's great.
You know what?
Who's gonna display him just looking at the pictures? Like,
I know, right? And covering his face.
with the angry face.
You know what I'm thinking, and this is one of the topics. Well, not actually not a topic, but I just thought about this. Now that I'm looking at this hand attached to the cow, what Desi mentioned about the head being one seamless one, right, and have different heads moving
not
down to
attached.
the side or whatever.
Magnet.
It's gonna. I think slowly this is gonna
Okay,
become
really.
more into like a little 1/6 statue.
Oh,
And I don't know what the
blackout started.
fuck happened with my camera.
Lights
Okay, hold
out.
on.
Well, we're talking about rolling eyeballs. I don't know. I haven't seen.
Yeah, we gotta go check. We gotta look through some of those images. I'm pretty sure it is, but maybe I'm wrong.
because if there's no
Um,
rolling eyeballs, what I do
Or-
like on the initial head sculpt, like the regular one, it really looks good. Just
Yeah.
sitting there. It's not like Hot Toys dumb. Like some of their sculpts are like dumb, but this one looks like when he's talking to the reporter and trying to convince them, like I'm just a regular Kansas boy.
I got
Yeah.
canceled.
Hey,
No,
look, Erwin says it's attached. It's not attached. It's a magnet.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So maybe
you
your
go.
dreams will come true, Dante.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So even better. I was thinking like, no, I don't want it. No, but what I'm saying is that do you think this eventually is gonna evolve to a 1/6 scale statue type of thing? Like you're gonna have parts that you're gonna complement to do poses?
I've always starting with Hot
It could be a
Toys.
stupid comment or question, but I'm just kind of
No,
wondering.
no. I think that with Hot Toys, because some people say, well, if you wanted to look whatever, just buy a statue. It's like, no, I do buy statues, but I also want a 6 scale figure that looks realistic and is not. I don't see joints. Right, so
Right.
it still needs to have some kind of joint, whether it's seamless or not. It still needs to be a figure, right? But I think that with that, I think there's some compromises if you can't include a joint. Compromises such as the InArt Joker with the wrists that won't articulate. So they provide you with some hands that do, like with just joints and magnets, and other hands that are pre-sculpted, right? So there are elements of a figure that are sculpted. There are like obviously there's a lot of elements that are sculpted, but there are elements that are of it that are statue-like. I'll say.
Right.
James C also is mentioning an Al Pacino head sculpt that moved no problem without a seam. That was on a whole freaking different ball game. That guy,
Yeah.
somebody made that figure like even the hands, fingers moved, and it was all
Yes.
like silicone.
Had an
And
entire skeleton,
The
like
whole-
proper.
it was really expensive figure. Like it was high end. That's something not for the mass production assembly line. So yeah, that did happen, but it's not gonna trickle down into the market, not at least anytime soon. Because who knows? We're having Queen and InArt do some crazy things.
So last but not least, I want to talk about this Penguin figure, third-party figure, courtesy of Big Bread, of course. I think he will drop the review very soon, so I'm gonna check that out. I didn't order this figure myself. I was thinking about it, but I decided not to.
What a filthy looking person!
So this is a third-party company, and they did this Penguin, obviously, to be a companion piece for the Hot Toys Batman. If you have the 1989, he had obviously two, as you can see in the pictures. I think to me, this looks like a nice placeholder. But now that InArt they have the Warner Brothers license, I have no doubt that either them or J&D, it's gonna do the 1989 Batman, the Batman Returns, and they're probably gonna do all these characters: Catwoman, Penguin, you name it. But anyway, I want to hear your thoughts, Desi, on this third party. Again, this is all the pictures I have. I didn't want to show the actual prototype picture because that's a prototype. This is the final product.
I want to see. I would like to see the prototype though.
Yeah. I always, when it comes to third party, like I kind of default to Big Bretta's, right? And Dante, your reviews. But I have to agree with you. This seems like a placeholder, like especially the one on the left without the coat. It looks a little rough, compared to Hot Toys quality, right? It looks rough, but it could be a placeholder, right? Just kind of off towards the back next to your Keaton 92 Batman, right? Batman Returns. But for now, it's just that to the point where I personally, I probably wouldn't pick this up. Right?
Whoa.
Yeah. Look at that's. Look, there's nothing wrong with the one on the right there. It's just not Hot Toys level, and it's definitely not in level with the left.
That's horribly.
Hold on, is that the same figure? It is, right? Yeah, it is.
It's the lighting, guys. That's what it is.
It's lighting. I mean, this is a third-party figure, so we cannot hold high standards for this. We cannot say, "Oh, likeness is not really." It's a third-party figure, so we know that the likeness, in some of them are really good, some of them are trash, and that's a fact. Right?
And at this point, I'm like, at least they gave him his two eyeballs. Like,
I mean,
damn, they took away. Damn, like
this huge decline from the prototype for sure.
Even if it's third party, I mean, who's the maker? Can you say?
I don't remember the maker. If you guys know in the chat, please let me know.
Wow,
you guys know it all.
Like, this is just way, like, all right. I mean, even if it's not lighting because that hair, the styling of the hair is, again, this is third party, right? So that's why I say it's a placeholder. That's why I'm always scared to order any kind of third party because it's just not.
But whatever company did this knew they were playing a game.
Yeah.
From the start. Yeah, they knew they were fucking with their buyers. It's from the start. So
but you see, Bretta's picture looks much better though. The lighting looks much better than Bretta's.
Well, of course, Bretta has good lighting too. So it's gonna really help the figure. He's done a lot here that helps the figure with the lighting.
Right.
So I mean, if you just like that picture you just showed, I mean, we do some real time shots of him.
Eternal.
It's horrid. It's horrid.
Thank you, James. James is on fire today, man. Shout out to James, please. Let's give some applause to James. He's always on point.
So,
ball right there. It's my ball right there.
Eternal, I've never heard of. Who knows what that is, right? I've never heard of him at least. So
let me ask this question to James. Do you know Eternal if he's associated with any other third-party company? Because usually these third-party companies have, for example, Toys Hera, then they have I don't know, Fun Toys or whatever, but they're the same company, but there's like a subsidiary. Is Eternal subsidiary or something, or is it just a standalone third-party?
If you're going through the front of the factory entrance, it's Toys Hera, but if you come in through the rear, it says Eternal.
Eternal Doom.
Been there, not for those two companies, but been there. I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think on this? I honestly think that the prototype looks fantastic. Obviously, again, based on this, if I'm looking at this picture, it's horrible. If I look at Bretta's picture, I think I will say, okay.
And I thought at first, without looking at the prototype, you're like, well, it's not bad actually, and I'm sure it's not that costly.
No, like maybe $499.
Wait, how much?
$499.
For what? All three,
no,
right?
It's not.
No, just for the Penguin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What? It got to be like what? Sub 150?
It comes with real fish.
It
Oh,
probably
well,
smells like,
okay.
it probably smells like fish.
And the
Dang.
smell too. So this
It,
is the
come,
whole thing.
it comes
Oh,
with a
this
live penguin.
was this a double pack? Was this a double pack?
No, he bought two.
Okay.
Again,
So
I think this is a great placeholder. And don't make me wrong, I think many of you guys, including myself, I have, for example, the 1989 Joker from I think it's Present Toys or Mars Toys. One of those two. I always get
I
wrong
think
with
it
the
was
names.
Mars.
and
I think it's Mars.
that
And
was
it
a
looks good.
stunning piece.
It
That
looks
was
really
stunning.
good. Not Hot Toys quality, obviously not. But it's a good placeholder. When the time comes, if I get the Hot Toys one, I will
I
burn
call
that.
that placeholder, like that Joker. That's placeholder. This is a this is toilet paper. This is just trash. I'd love to see what Bretta thinks about this because it's so hard for me to look at from. I mean, obviously, if somebody were to order this, they'll look at the prototype pics. I'm sure, on the websites and whatnot, and then they'll order that prototype, and then shipping tomorrow, whatever. They get it in a week, and they're like, "What the fuck?" It's like, wow, that's
Umbrella, yeah. Yeah, you see companies like Sosa Toys are good, Toys Hera is good, but yeah, I agree. It's not that quality here. But honestly, I want to see Berta's review. I mean, he's really good. He does a lot of third-party figures, amazing reviews. He did Gandalf from InArt. Again, guys, you have to check it out, Big Berta. The link is down below. If I didn't put it, I will put it. But I mean, you guys know Joao. He's one of the coolest dude I know in the community. Very honest reviews, he will tell you like what he thinks, and straight to the point. So that's what I like. He doesn't bullshit, he just goes straight to the point. So it's a good one. So just check it out when he drops it, hopefully soon. I think he said on the weekend, so maybe tomorrow or Sunday he will drop it. But yeah, again, this is definitely a placeholder. I mean, I didn't pre-order this one, I didn't order this one. I usually get third-party figures here and there, but now I'm considered not to get anymore. I think whatever I have right now, third party, I'm not gonna get any. I think I have only one that I pre-order. I think, yeah, the Terminator Battle Damage one. I pre-ordered that one, but I have a feeling that Hot Toys is gonna redo it, or maybe J&D, or maybe InArt is gonna do it. And yeah, and that's basically all we have for tonight, guys. It's been almost 2 hours. Damn. We had a lot
Time
to talk
flies.
today, huh? Time flies, yeah. Mr. Jesse, what's going on your channel, my friend? And thank you again for stopping by with us.
No, glad to be here. Nothing going on my channel for now. I haven't had time to edit video. Still got that snow speeder video I have to actually put up, but it's taking a
he's
while.
becoming like me.
I know. I've turned to the dark side. They have cookies. That never gets old. Anyhow, no,
I
but
know. Old meme.
but no, subscribe. You know who's putting out videos? Dante, Man of Hot Collectibles. So subscribe to him.
Yeah,
Go to that
Dante.
channel. I go to that channel, but and thank you, Dante. It's always fun to be here. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, it's fine. And as you noticed, we changed the time. Now we're starting at 8. So because we have lives, we have kids, we have family, so we don't want to stay super late. But yeah, easy. I know you have a collection tour going on, which actually looks pretty good.
Thanks. I made a collection tour just to initiate myself back in. I still called it a 3.0 because the last collection tour was 3.0, but this one's also 3.0 because a lot of stuff is gone, but kind of the same stuff with a few things here and there. So it's kind of balanced out this day. But I wish like I had some statues come in, like some crazy. Well, I had a few come in, but like crazy life size ones because I'd love to bring back my little review with a big life size one. Just beating around the bush, just waiting for some stuff to release. I got to make some reviews of some clones and stuff, but nothing.
I would love to do a life size bust one day. What
do you think it would be? Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Predator? Even I just got my first Predator bust in.
For mine, for a one scale bust, 1-to-1 bust, I think it's gonna be probably Terminator.
You didn't like the Terminator, that the
old
Infinity
old Arnie. I mean, it looks fantastic, but I want to get the actual one, the
Judgment Day
80s,
one.
Either Judgment Day or 1984 one.
One with the eyeball igloo.
With the eyeball, yeah. That
Yeah.
I would love to get that one.
No,
But
they
I'm
should have
more-
a built-in sensor when you get too close. It goes, ah!
I mean, technically, if you think about it, I pay what 3,600 for my Predator. So if I put another
Plus
1,000, I get a
shipping.
bus.
Yeah, you get a bust.
So I
$4,000.
getting closer there, but I'm baby steps. I'm not a hardcore statue collector. One, because I don't have the space, and obviously it's pricey, right? And have priorities. I like to go on vacations. Easy knows. You guys know.
Yeah, every other week.
I like to travel somewhere exotic every now and then. So
My butthole. Speaking of exotic,
like Donald Trump. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna even mention that because I don't want to get banned. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Manufacture Collectibles, TikTok, Manufacture Collectibles, Facebook
Is
group,
that the
Six
Joker
Skill Media.
behind you?
Huh?
That's the Joker behind you right there with that pink suit.
Yeah, I
On the
have
other
the
side.
66. I'm working on a collection tour.
No,
However,
it's like right above the DeLorean. Is that the Joker?
yeah, that's the 89 Joker,
Mm-hmm.
the Preston Toys one.
Oh, so you're keeping it.
Also, yeah, that's a placeholder. I'm telling you. That's a third party one. And also, I'm selling a few figures, guys. That I don't want to keep anymore. Actually, let me rephrase. I got some duplicates, and I'm selling those. I already sold Peacemaker.
Well, you got
Brand new.
old man Obi-Wan.
I have Obi-Wan for sale, or Old Ben. I have Black
Right,
Panther
yeah.
original suit. I love that figure, but that's the only Marvel figure I have. It's just kind of misplaced. So I'm looking for someone for a new home for that figure. So if you want to do that, let me know. Also, I'm selling a brand new DX 25 look, Bespin look, brand new sealed, because I got two. One I custom made it, so check it out. The custom video I did. What's the name of this guy who did it? Fuck, I forgot his name. But he did a fantastic job on the piece. So check out the review if you're interested.
You're keeping the custom one?
I'm keeping the custom one because I love it. And I'm also selling the iconic Ryu figure. I was thinking about keeping it, but then I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna go the Street Fighter line. I just made the decision not to go that path. I also have a stealth suit, or the nine monkey Spidey. It's like 189 shipped, deluxe one. And then I have the Ragnarok Stan Lee. $99. If you want to let me know, I'll give it to you.
I'll throw it in with a postage stamp.
I just need
buy the stamp, and I'll give you the Stan Lee.
I just need to get rid of those figures. So if you're interested, let me know. Hit me on Instagram. You can send me a message and we can talk. I can give you a good deal if you buy multiples. And I only take friends and family, just so you know. I mean, people know me already. A lot of people can vouch for me because I sold a lot of figures. And even if you have an issue with a figure that I sell you and you pay me as friend, I will 1,000% help you out, because my reputation is way more valuable than $200. Just so you guys know. Anyway, I'm Batman. That one looks good. That one looks good. I'm thinking about if I were into video games. I actually had the Batman Beyond.
Dante, you want this? For you, I'll discount it like super duper.
Like $3.99.
No, if you really want it, I'll super duper discount it. Like I don't care.
$50.
I don't even care how much.
$40.
Because with Dante, it's going to a good home. He'll stick it up.
And then after that, for retail, make the profit. Yeah, you just do that.
I don't care. Like, I don't even care. Dante's that good of a friend. I don't even give a shit. If he makes money off of my feet pics, all to you.
Sell me your Joker.
That thing you'd have to come fight me for.
Tryouts.
I'm gonna try 'em out. You notice these are like Star Wars bases?
Yes.
Looks like a Star Wars base, huh?
I know he does. Right?
It is.
Fuckers.
Anyway, guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, be well.
Be well!
See you around.
Ah!
In the next